See a college student get very triggered during a talk with the one and only Charlie Kirk. All right, guys, this is going to be a good video. I know you're going to like it. There actually, believe it or not, is some productive dialogue in this exchange, as well as some good triggering. So we got a good little best of both worlds here, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So we're going to get right into it. But first, everybody, do me a big favor here. Like our video, share it around, and if you are new, subscribe to the Resist the Mainstream YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you guys this great, hard-hitting content. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much, and welcome back. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian. Let's get into the show.
Hello.
Hello. I just kind of had a few questions, and I'm coming to you, like, respectfully, because I have no intention of being rude or anything, despite what you may think. I will be voting for the Democratic Party. Hold your boos. Hold your boos. I was,
You kind of invited them, honestly.
Yeah, probably,
Just
yeah.
get them out, guys. Get it out.
Yeah, but it's okay. I don't really care.
All right, now enough. Stop it.
Yeah, no, but I don't really care. Because honestly, I feel like... I honestly feel
Be
like
nice, guy.
the only way to unite the country is to unite the parties. Even though you disagree on some things, you're not going to get anything better unless you come together. So I kind of don't understand why y'all turn against each other, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. I have multiple things. Because, like, 3 days ago, I had no intention of voting whatsoever. Because I had heard what my friend said about the Democratic side. Can you please shut up while I'm talking?
Just don't let it get to you, please.
Okay. Because it's just disrespectful, but... So I had people telling me about the Democratic Party, like, different stuff. They were like, this is good because of this. And then I had my family. They're like, well, Trump's good because of this. So then I just started researching literally 3 days ago. And I fell down this whole, like, rabbit hole of so much stuff. That's why I will be voting for the Democratic
Can
Party.
I ask you, and it's not your question, what did you find persuasive enough to convince you to vote for Democrats?
Well, so you talked about Trump creating safe cities, safe streets, just a safe country, but you know about his rally where he said that he wants 1 full day of police retaliation to eradicate crime. You know about that? Are you familiar with the Night of Broken Glass? Kristallnacht? World War II? Are you familiar with that?
Well, I'm intimately familiar. I'm trying to understand the connection. Are we doing the Nazi thing again, or like are we...
You heard what she just said, right? According to this lady over here, she was not going to vote until just about 3 days ago when, after talking to her friends, she decided, oh, hey, it's time to go vote for Democrat.
There's honestly...
So crime was lower under Trump than under Kamala and Joe Biden. So I'm
Okay.
not... Like much lower. Violent crime was substantially and sizably lower in every major metro area and every major state.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Because, like I said, I just started researching like 3 days ago.
For sure.
I'm not like everybody else here where
That's
I've
fine.
just been plotting this all.
But tell me what,
you know.
it's not your question. I just want to know as someone who does this for a living, because then I can get better. What did you find that you were like, now I'm voting for the Democrat Party? What made that click?
Okay, so the thing with me was my mom kept telling me, oh, go look at the websites. You have to look at the political party websites. So I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'll look at those too. And so I did, even though those are the most biased sources you're going to get because they're, you know. I was looking under economy because that's everyone's main argument about Trump. They're like, oh, well, I don't like him, but I like his policies. So I wanted to look at his policies. So then I did, and they were a little too strangely similar to the ones I was looking at the Democratic Party. So I'm like, how am I supposed to know which one to believe? Like, you're saying...
Good question. It's a great question. So
Okay.
which one did it better for 4 years? Kamala and Joe or Trump?
Are we not under Trump's tax policy right now? Till 2025?
Well, first of all, tax policy is a small part of economic policy. I mean, Joe Biden...
We're going to go into $2 trillion in debt by 2028 because of his tax policy.
That's actually not true.
It actually is true.
No, actually, so what the tax cut actually did is spur economic growth. And what you're talking about is not annualized deficits. You're talking about cumulative debt over 7 to 8 years. But you know what the tax cuts did? It actually cut your taxes. It was the largest middle class tax cut in American history. Now, I just want to ask a question. It's not a trick question.
Before Charlie Kirk asked that question, there's a quick little contradiction that we should notice right there. You notice that she said that Trump's tax policy is causing this kind of $2 trillion in debt that's going to manifest within a couple of years. But then at the same time, she says, well, Trump's tax policy is still in action while Democrats are in office. Okay, so which one is it? If Trump's tax policy is still in effect anyways, even though Democrats are in office and can easily get rid of it, then why does it matter if you vote for Democrats? Apparently, they're causing the same economic drain that Trump is. Just a little contradiction that I think Charlie missed there that's important to point out. Aside from that, she's talked about how the policies are really similar. Well, yeah, that's because Kamala Harris very famously or infamously steals Trump's policies. A big one, for example, was no taxes on tips. Trump was saying that, it was popular, and then Cammie just had to adopt it. Aside from that, well, she's pretending to be tough on the border now. That's hilarious, given the disaster of a shit show we've seen in the past 4 years with Joe Biden, where 10 million illegal immigrants entered the United States, all while Cammie was the border czar.
75% of Americans say the economy was better under Trump.
Were we not under Obama's tax policy? And
So
plus the pandemic, that's not really normal. So of course the economy is going.
Well, hold on, you got to stop with this like Obama, Trump. You have to take ownership of your administration. So Trump will take ownership. He had the lowest unemployment, wages were going up, no inflation, housing boom. Why is that? He kept energy prices low, cut tax for middle-class families, got rid of stupid regulation, and we saw an economic renaissance. And American people remember how good that economy was, guys? It was amazing. And we don't have that now.
So would you say he's a good businessman?
Yeah, I mean, he's a multi-billionaire.
What about his multiple businesses that have went into bankruptcy?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to fail sometimes when you do businesses. But
10 times?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's 78 years old. I mean, how many billions have you made?
He was also born into it.
Well, he was not born a billionaire. He was given a couple $1 million, but turning a couple $1 million into $6 billion is like the greatest ROI in the history. And by the way, not only that, he helped redefine the Plaza Hotel, the Grand Hyatt, the Trump Hotel, the Trump Doral. I mean, some of the greatest properties you could imagine. It's a pretty impressive business record, I would say. But
it's really easy to sit there and criticize somebody as a failed businessman, even though they quite clearly aren't, when you have no experience yourself and don't know what it's like. Take a look at Elon Musk. You'll often hear leftists dunking on him, saying that he came from this privileged upbringing, now it was so easy for him, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Okay, you can argue that, but guess what? He took a small amount of money and turned it into more money than you could ever imagine. So that is an accomplishment. Doesn't matter whether somebody started with $1, $10, $1 million. If they build a multi-billion-dollar empire, there is something to be said for that, and it's impressive.
But that doesn't matter. Was he a good president? Of course he was.
Okay. So another thing that also is kind of like skewing my vote. So everyone keeps telling me, oh my God, like everything he's saying is being taken out of context. He doesn't really mean it. Okay, so he didn't mean it when he said that he wants generals like Hitler had.
He never said that.
Did he not?
He did not. It's been completely debunked, and 3 people around him said that is a complete fabrication.
Definitely.
Let me ask you a question. What do you want to do with your life?
Honestly, I haven't quite figured it out, which I know you're going to say college is a scam. You
What
don't
are
know
you
what you're doing. Clinical laboratory science and psychology with a minor in criminal justice.
So you want to be able to own a home?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, under Kamala, it requires $135,000 a year to own a home. Under Trump, it was $75,000 a year.
Interesting. I kind of just don't.
You care about ending war? Yeah, war's bad.
Did he like actually end war?
Yeah, it was the first president in 32 years for no new wars for 4 years.
Interesting.
New war under Obama, new war under Bush, new war under Clinton, new war under Biden. No new wars under Donald Trump 4 years.
Right.
Not to mention, Trump actually wanted to pull the troops out of Afghanistan, but unfortunately ultimately did it because essentially his generals were treasonous and wouldn't let him. Now, do I wish Trump came down hard on them and told them, hey, you're going to cut the crap and we're going to do it? Yeah, I do. But the point remains very clear that he did try to end it, and then Biden ultimately doing his botched, disastrous withdrawal that he did. Well, that was inspired, and that whole process was started by Trump. Unfortunately, Biden didn't finish it right, and that's a whole different story. But nonetheless, it was an idea that Trump had brought to the table.
So, hold on. I had another point. I had a lot. I've been.
Let me ask you this: what would change your vote for Trump, if anything?
Probably a lot. It would probably take a lot, because I mean, the fact that he hasn't won the popular vote both terms that he ran, it's.
You know what that's like
I mean?
saying? That's like saying, well, I know the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. I totally get that, but did you guys know that the Ravens, they got more yards? It's a completely irrelevant criteria. You run to win the electoral vote. It's like, no, but we kicked more field goals. Yeah, but did you have more points? So the Electoral College is the ultimate tally of points, not how many yards you get.
Right. Which, I mean, I'm still trying to follow ball and all that.
For sure, I get that.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Michaela.
Michaela, I want to get to the next question. I want you to think about what we said. Try to follow some of our accounts. If not, that's fine. There's a lot of propaganda out there. Try to bring down the noise. And I will say this. Donald Trump has people around him, 2 former Democrats that ran for the presidency, Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard. Do you know who those people are? If not, that's okay.
No.
You should do research. They're former Democrats that ran for the presidency, and they're behind Trump because Trump is a ticket that's unifying the country and will make the country great again.
What about the 13 different people that worked alongside of him, including his vice president?
Yeah, the people he fired. I think it's awesome.
No, they are not with him.
No, I think it's awesome they're against him.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
so
you know why they're against him? Because he's a threat to the system they represent. Because we're actually going to have a voice against the warmongers and the neocons and the corporate interests.
Okay.
And over 300 former generals and military officers just endorsed Trump. So just the other day. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, hey, that ended pretty nicely. Like to see some productive dialogue at the end there. Well, who knows? Maybe Michaela is a future conservative in the making. I don't know. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As always, please be sure to comment below. Let us know what you liked about the video, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future, and we'll see you guys again soon. God bless.